Let's look at a feature in the iPhone that controls the camera app, specifically the aspect ratio of the photos as we take them. Now, you can always adjust a photo's aspect ratio, which is the comparison of the length versus the width, in the Photos app in the editing mode, but sometimes it's nice to set that in the camera mode so that the finished product of taking pictures results in the aspect ratio you prefer. So I'm going to start by opening the camera app in the lower right corner, and I'm going to swipe up from the bottom. Now, I didn't go all the way from the bottom of the screen. I just, from about 1 inch up from the bottom, I swiped up. And these are some choices: the ability to do things like turn the flash off and on, set the timer. Notice at the bottom it says aspect. Let's tap that. And notice that the number changes to a yellow 16:9. If I tap it again, it's a yellow 1:1. And as you can see, the photo in the background, it's now cropping it to a perfect square, which is 1:1. Now, if one prefers to have, well, just so you know, the default is 4:3. And 4:3 takes full advantage of all of the pixels of the sensor in the phone. But some people prefer to have that cropping done as they take the picture. So let's go ahead and change it to 16:9. This is a popular format. So we've done that, and I can swipe down, and now any photo I take will reflect that aspect ratio. But here's the rub. Once I close this app and reopen it, it defaults back to the 4:3. And we don't really want that. In fact, you can set this for a particular event so that it always crops in 16:9 and then later go back to the default, whatever you want. So let's figure out how you do that. You're going to go into settings. And in settings, we're going to come down to the camera app. There it is. I'm going to tap camera. So this is page 1 of the camera app settings. And about halfway down, you see preserve settings. Let's tap that. And the second entry, it says creative controls. And in the fine print, it says preserve the last used filter, aspect ratio, or light setting rather than automatically resetting. So I'm going to turn that on. And now when I go back, that setting is going to be set as the default. So I can take pictures, in any aspect I want, any angle I want. And it might not look like it on the screen as I'm shooting this now, but these photos are being taken in the 16:9 format, okay? Let's swipe up a little bit and see. Sure enough, at the bottom, the aspect ratio is still set to 16:9. It did not default when I closed the camera app, okay? So this might be easier if we choose the square format. Let's do that 1:1. And we'll do this. And now I'll go back to the camera app. And notice now all the pictures I take would reflect the square aspect ratio. So I hope this helps.